Nurse Mark here. Don't leave gains on the table while you sleep. I previously talked a little bit about protein intake before bed and like how much protein you should be taking in right before you go to sleep. And I'll link that video at the end of this one. But I want to talk to you now and just kind of explain the science behind why we want to go ahead and eat protein whether we've exercised or rested. So throughout the day, your body's in this constant fight between muscle protein synthesis, making gains, and muscle protein breakdown, losing gains. So what we want to do is we want to find every opportunity we can to maximize muscle protein synthesis. This study here looked at that exact same thing and eating protein before bed. What this diagram shows is kind of those peaks and valleys where your body is trying to make gains and then trying to crush your gains. Your body sucks, genetics is terrible. However, our ancestors weren't built to be big. You basically packed on as much muscle as you needed and then the rest your body got rid of. So even though we've evolved and we now have living indoors with indoor plumbing, we're still those primal instinctual people. So you have to fight your body. How do we do that? Well, looking at that diagram, you see those peaks and valleys. And when you go to bed and you don't ingest protein, there's that really big valley. Now that doesn't mean you're losing all of your gains when you sleep. You grow when you sleep. But the one right below it shows pre-bed protein intake of about 40 grams of protein and just maximizing that muscle protein synthesis. When we sleep, that's when your body creates these. It's not while you're awake and it's not while you're at the gym. Well, you do actually do it while you're awake, but it's maximized by sleeping, which is why so many people say sleep is important to making progress. So 40 grams of protein, whether it's a rest day or an exercise day, that's kind of important too. The study looked at rest days versus a rest day with 40 grams of protein, and just at rest, your body makes more muscle protein synthesis with that extra 40 grams of protein before bed. But if you've exercised, it's that much bigger. So whether you're on a rest day or you just killed it at the gym, taking that 40 grams of protein in right before bed can maximize your anabolic window and create as much gains as you possibly can. How much? Well, that's dependent on the person, genetics, and a lot of different factors. But depending on where you are, you can get a cheap casein protein or some kind of a protein source that's slow digesting that you can take before bed. And if it even makes 5% of a difference, oh, Nelly, is that worth it in my opinion. That's it. Questions and comments down below. I'm going to link that other video that I made. And as always, eat like a bodybuilder and train like a powerlifter.